Hello, friends, and welcome. Happy Saturday. I hope wherever you are safe and happy and enjoying the day. It's Paul Jameson, the host of Your Real Estate Today. I'm also the owner of the Jameson family of real estate companies. That's Jameson Realty, that's Jameson Property Management, and Jameson Property Investments. We have been serving this market in North and South Carolina for a long time, and we enjoy spending and sharing this time with you. And we're here to talk about everything real estate. Whether we're going to talk today with Bailey Kirby from the Costner Law Firm about the actual closing statement, because that sucker is just like super confusing, or we're talking to Sandy Dickinson, who's going to give us our mortgage update today about what is happening in our market, so we are up to date on what's going on. But as you all know, you must hear from me first about what in the heck happened this week that we can talk about not using four-letter words. So we're going to do that. All right. So again, I bringeth forth to you, my friends, that who your agent is matters. Who your agent is matters. And Sandy, even though you only have a mortgage update today, this also came to the forefront this week. Surprise to you, because we didn't talk about what I was going to say today. Who the lender is also matters right now, because this market is still Cocoa Puffs crazy right now in many ways. And an imbalance around those things happen. And so I take that and I say that today for this factor. Let's take the crazy out of it for a minute. Experience matters. Experience matters. And let me just tell you, you're about to make the biggest, largest honkin' investment that you may make in your lifetime. Oh my. If you're not working with somebody with some experience, what are you doing? And the reality is all of us had to gain that experience, but the way we gained it is through a mentor who showed us and shared with us their experience. So if you want to work with a young agent, ask the question, who is your mentor and how long have they been in the business? You don't want to wing it right now. This is not a good time for, air quotes, winging it. Because right now, we've had people, even with experienced agents, buyers, who have had to write several offers before they get a house. That's an emotional roller coaster. But also, sometimes you realize as a buyer that if we sit down with you in the very beginning and tell you, this is what you need to expect, this is what you need to do in order to win, to get the house you want in a $250,000, $350,000, $450,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800 million price point, and you're not ready to do that, don't make any offers. Wait until you are ready. And that's an important thing you've got to remember. And also, agents, get out of the way. Dumb stuff you say can ruin a deal. Like a quote I got this week. What do you want us to do? Put food in the fridge for you? That's a stupid thing to say. Don't say that. Okay. Wait a minute, TJ, I guess I need to get off of the platform. I'm standing up, screaming.
Soapbox.
I want a soapbox. I have earned it.
You're tall enough.
TJ says I'm tall enough. So anyway, okay, all right. And Sandy, I'm going to give you a chance to make a comment on that. Also, if you find your realtor on the internet, guess what? You're about to make the largest purchase of your life. I think I said that once. That's kind of like Forrest Gump checking out each corner of a little piece of chocolate to see what's inside. Don't be doing that. Good gosh. Don't go on the internet to get your realtor. Jeez. That's crazy. Realtors that know how to work with buyers and sellers also don't especially know how to work with investors. Make sure in this market, investors, and I speak to you, dear friends, because it's truly something you should consider as you age and gray to make sure you diversify your portfolio. Actually, I wish I would have done it earlier until I did gray. I'd be in a lot different position now. And I would know I did have hair at one point, and yes, it was not white. And no, I did not, my goatee, if you see my picture, it doesn't look like I just ate something and it's around my mouth and or like I ate a powdered donut or something. It does look like that, but I ain't shaving it. Make sure you understand how to work with investors, because you may pay up in price. You need to understand the money. And you need to understand the numbers, and you need to keep emotion out of it. The numbers matter, and where you're going matters. And this is a great market for investors because rents are growing at a very rapid rate. As inventory is continued to get smaller, you still can find a tremendous amount of opportunities as an investor. So my last thing is a quick prediction, and I'm going to turn it over to Sandy, is everyone keeps asking me, what is going to happen? Is this going to continue? My answer is kinda. So here's my kinda answer. Do I think we're going to see prices continue to rise? Yes, but kinda. Not at the same rate they're rising right now. That will slow down. Do I think that we're going to continue to see multiple offers? Kinda. We're not going to see the number of multiple offers that we've seen before as inventory levels push up. Are we going to see a slowdown in the future? Kinda. If Sandy and the Fed can keep the rates reasonable, then no, we will not see it caused by interest rates. But I'm one of those guys that is very cautious, that says, I think that with some level of this coronavirus and a variant, they may kick us in the head a couple of times to try to slow us down or to try to stop momentum. But I don't think America or this town will stand for it. So there's my answers to the kindest. Anyway, Sandy, your mortgage
Yes.
update.
Okay, so just to comment on what Paul said, we do at Cross Country a lot of fallout from other companies. So, and a lot of it's just because of what he said, not enough experience to handle the complications that we run into right now with the contracts and having to restructure sometime if appraisals don't come in where you want them, and just the overall, especially self-employed. If you're self-employed, be super, super careful. In the meantime, the market is steady. So we're helping you out, Paul. Purchases were down week over week 6%, but year over year 18%. But that's purchase application. So were they really down? Because 25% or 23 to 25% of all buys are cash, and so they're probably very, very steady or increasing, and they would be even higher if the inventory was higher. So what's happening with the inventory? Who's in forbearance? 1.75 million people are in forbearance, which is down a little bit, and 25% of them are still making their payments. So slowly this is going to unwind. Will it be enough to flood the market with inventory? No, it'll help a little, but it won't make a huge difference. Values are up 15%, and rates are about an eighth less than they were last year. So we're holding them steady, and we're doing really good, and the market's terrific. If you want to buy or sell, that's a great time. And if you need a mortgage, call me at Cross Country.
And how do they get you?
They call my cell at 704-577-0144.
Sandy Dickinson, Cross Country Mortgage, 704-577-0144. Thank you, Sandy. Look forward to your update next week. Welcome back, friends, to the show, Your Real Estate Today, here on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT. I'm Paul Jameson, your Saturday host, talking everything real estate. We're with Bailey Kirby with the Costner Law Firm. And as you all know, I own and run Jameson Realty, Jameson Property Management, Jameson Property Investments. And we're here to talk a little bit about the continuing list of my 20 things with investors I never get through. And also at some point, at some show, I want to go through the disclosure statement of material fact, and we're going to do that. I have been working on this list. I told TJ at the break, I think like 4 shows now, and all I've gotten to is number 10. I'm sorry, but I like talking about it. So I hope it's fun for you too. But, you know, it started out with, I'll paraphrase the first 10, so maybe we can get through 2. All right. Start out, if you're an investor or interested in investing in real estate, buy one house. Start with one. Start with one house and understand and learn. And make sure you're working with a realtor that owns rental real estate. All right. Number 2, new construction is always a good way to start investing. If you are interested in buying or purchasing a home, obviously you have very few repairs. So that's a good thing to take off the table. Number 3, dumpy and scary is still dumpy and scary, even in this market. You don't live there, don't make it your home. So if you are purchasing real estate, make sure when you update it, fix it, correct it, do it appropriately as an investment to make it attractive and viable for a tenant, but you ain't living there. Number 5, sorry. I already said it. Don't use a realtor that doesn't understand investing or doesn't own rental real estate. Number 6, self-managing. If you want to self-manage to understand how it's done, do it. That way, when you hire us to help you manage your property, you will understand what we do and it'll be more valuable to you. Number 7, sorry. Don't put all your old stuff in the rental property. All your college couches and chairs and cat-stained, dog-stained rugs, nobody wants them. Leave the house unfurnished. Either put it at the curb or give it away. All right. Number 8, unpermitted repairs. When you're purchasing or doing and working with an investment, if it should be permitted, get it permitted. Don't do things, changing things, electrical, plumbing, and otherwise that should have a permit. Number 9, get your insurance company to explain to you ample coverage. My favorite is the rent rider. It's a little thing that has saved my bacon, loss of rent. I will tell you, 3 days ago, a large tree fell on one of my rental properties. I was over there. They had a crane there to get it off the house. The house was built in 1922. I have that loss of rent rider. I will be paid for every day I lose rent in that house. And thankfully, I have excellent coverage, so things are going to get fixed. I just finished renovating it, of all things. Nobody was hurt. That's the most important part, but that is important. All right. Number 10, get the emotion out of it. You can like it. You can even love it, but the numbers are the numbers. All right. Number 11, don't let the tenant do repairs for reduced rent. That never works. Ever, ever, ever. Even if it's a relative, it just doesn't work. They say they're gonna take your reduced rent. All right. So if you choose not to believe me, then give them a reduced rent after the job is done. Give them a credit back. Don't do it. They don't do it. And when they do it, they're doing it either when they've had a couple or at the very, very end of a very long day at the very last minute, and it's not going to be good. Don't do it. All right. Number 12, if you don't have a pet, when you rent it, if they don't have a pet, when you rent it to them, more than likely during the rental period, they're going to get one. So I use LVP, luxury vinyl plank flooring, to protect myself from the pets. Now, I am an animal lover, aka dogs only. People that want to have cats and love cats, more power to you. Just not my thing. But I will tell you this, that I have homes with beautiful hardwood floors. I cover the hardwood floors with LVP, because when I'm ready to sell that house, I'm going to pull off that LVP to a pristine set of floors. And LVP, luxury vinyl plank, is bulletproof. If it's installed right, virtually pea-proof, and it will protect the floor underneath. And I'm telling you, it's a wise investment. And they got some stuff that looks pretty doggone good, and it's not super expensive. So think about that. Protection of the subfloor, nothing worse than odor when you're trying to sell a house. And when you get into urines, especially cat urine, that stuff's harmful. So just be aware of it. All right. So it's human, but we hope you got better aim. All right. So next, this is a biggie. All right. We're going to the biggie. So as my buddy Bill Gallagher would say, top priority, top priority. Make sure your lease is ironclad. A poor lease gives a tenant a way out. Yep, that sucker's got it. That's exactly right. That sucker's got to be ironclad. You know, like the pet example I gave earlier. Our lease specifically says you either got a pet or you don't. And if you left that ambiguous, magistrate would look at it and say, doesn't say they can or can't have one. You either got to say they can have the pet or they can't have the pet. And guess what? Like I said before, if they don't have one, more than likely they're going to have one. So be ready and have clear terms in that lease as to it, when they get one, how you get it out. We had one recently where the lease spoke very clearly. They brought in a German Shepherd and a cat. Well, my client's insurance, it's a restricted breed on the insurance, and they brought in a cat, which was also not in the lease. And of course, they're outside animals only. Yeah, right. Outside animals only. You don't leave your animals outside. Nobody. Come on. So anyway, the tenant was asked to leave and is leaving because we have a no tolerance policy for that. You got 48 hours to get rid of them and have them never come back. And that's the way it is. You don't, there's no ambiguity there. So how many did I get through? I think like 4. That's pretty good. TJ, I think that's a record. So we have more to come. Now, I just want to make sure folks out there that have an interest in investing in real estate know that, yes, I did write a book. It's called Opportunity is Knocking. It's about investment real estate and property management and gives you a real good taste for what's going on, because this should be a part of your building wealth strategy, having investment property, aka mailbox money. So if you're interested in a copy, you can find it at pauljameson.com, and it's Jameson with an I, or you can get on Amazon. It's available on Amazon Prime. I think you will enjoy it. If you buy from my site, I'll send you a signed copy. It's the same price. Just don't buy it outside of Prime, because that's people that are reselling it for more money. It's $24.99. So if you have an interest, please let us know and we'll get one to you, or you can get it on Amazon.